Hi guys, Spectre here, and I'm about to start a new campaign, the Changeling. I've been looking forward to starting this campaign, to be honest, because I want to get to know a bit more about the guy himself, about the rifts and stuff. If you guys are new around here, please drop me a sub. I'm trying really hard to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can get on the YouTube partner program. If you could help me get there, I'd really appreciate it. These new ones apparently have got a I think they should do more of these, by the way. There should be one of these, I think, for every faction.
Faint echoes can be heard. Carried on the breeze comes mocking laughter. With a flair for mayhem and an eye for trouble, the Changeling leaves a trail of chaos in his wake.
Gelt.
Each prank to be savoured.
Icky Claw.
As he weaves his tapestry of despair.
Thank you.
Watching as the mighty
Catherine.
fall by their own hand.
Fucking hell.
The trickster's schemes.
Is that Felix and Gotrek?
No fate. Let the games begin.
May the odds be ever in your favour. Fucking Hunger Games.
Where to go and who to be.
Right. We'll start things up with him. With the Changeling as well, just as he's got two different types of buildings, where you've got symbiotic and parasitic. We have Chaos Sorcerers here, don't we, as well? Right. Might build that somewhere then. We don't want that. Oh, can we switch it? We can. That's what I want to do. I want to switch it. Yeah, that lowers discoverability by 30, as does that. That increases your discoverability by 30 and gives you a maintenance cost, but it increases the chance of you spreading them, which you're going to need to start with. We'll build these later on in this one. This one I'm going to keep because I actually do want a iridescent horror in the Changeling's army. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can have the Mortal Lord as well as the thingies. Yeah. But see, these, I'll probably recruit these in like Villagers campaign. So I'm going to stick with the Heralds, and they're going to be their own spellcaster for the army. So then they won't need a hero in the army. So the rest of the fucking whatever the fuck they're called, the iridescent horrors, they'll be my scouts going forward. But I do need one initially for Changeling's army, because what my plan is, as they can do things different for him. Just like you've got your symbiotic and your parasitic for your buildings. Ooh. Go on. creates another image of the Changeling. Okay, so because I want to basically use his unique thing, him being a spellcaster isn't him being unique. Any Tzeentchian lord can do that. So it's nothing new. What is new is him being able to adopt somebody else's form, and he can obviously buff himself up in combat. There he does get reduced winds of magic cost and stuff like that, so you have got some things. If I do have enough points, I'll see how much I can get into the magic tree, but that's not going to be my primary focus, because you've got awesome things like minus 50% to Formless Horror, access is some form of spells when using Formless Horror, attribute Vanguard deployment the entire army, which you can pair up with this one, attribute Stalk for your entire army. So you're going to have Stalk and Vanguard on your entire army with Tzeentch that's got barrier. Void Wrangler is awesome, because it increases the speed of your Chaos Spawn, your Mutilate Vortex Beasts. I don't care about Forsaken. Weapon strength as well, and they get 500 more barrier, which is insanely good. So I'm looking forward to testing him out. I just hope that I get a good form to begin with. Right, attack this first. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go and stick this guy. Under Workbad.
As fate demands, I am everyone.
That's not to level 12. I'm going to get these two here first, so I've got some points in them. I don't know why he's got this, because he can't sack settlements unless they've changed that. And it might have been a bug. It's kind of weird. But you don't need to sack things with this guy anyway. You can make ridiculous amounts of money. Okay. Grimoire some Oberlins plus 100% local province, fucking hell. I probably want that one as well. Casualty replenishment rate. Because although he's got some there, he doesn't get it from any of his heroes as far as I'm aware. No. Because they give mobility. It might be worth maybe putting a cultist in the army, but then again, I don't think the cultists are spellcasters, aren't they, in this? I remember testing it. And you only really need one spellcaster in an army. Just that they can obviously go on a war shrine. Could potentially use a cultist instead of Nudescent Horror. It's an option. This one's work bad. What's that one? This. Yeah, I don't want that. No, just get rid of that. That one's crap. I don't want that one. We need the money one in. That one's, yeah, definitely that one. Probably won't need that one in the middle. Want that one as well, because you want grimoires and court supplies. And then want to start looking at what we're going to have. And obviously, I ultimately am going to want one in chosen. Definitely with halberds, so you've got anti-large. But then I also want spawn. But I think all my guys are in one building, aren't they? I think. Or are they not? No, the other ones are over here. So for like my second army, I'll want Chaos Knights and probably some Doom Knights of Tzeentch. I'm not sure if I might even throw a couple of units of Doom Knights into this army, so I've got some flying units. Because Doom Knights can be quite nasty. Or that, actually no, because that'll be the monster army. I'll use Cockatrice. I'll just use the Cockatrice. I'll put a couple of Cockatrices in and Mutilate Vortex Beast, which I think is a Mortis engine. Yeah, it is. With an 800 barrier that can be increased by 500. Oh my god. I can put fast forward on for this guy as well, because all you're going to see moving around maybe is the odd army or heroes, and you're not going to give a shit about any of them, to be completely honest. Now, one thing that's going to happen is these beastmen are probably going to raise this, which is what they normally do. So what you've got to be careful of is here, and I'll show this, because I'm in Needling's territory here, but Workbad is right there across the border. If they raise this, you aren't invisible. That guy can be a scout. I don't want a Laura Metal. I want Laura Tzeentch. Then the other thing that I do, anyway, is I basically get rid of all the units that I'm not really, well, I'm not really going to keep those, but I might hold on to those for the time being. But I get rid of those, I get rid of them. A lot of people do start to declare war on you because it shows that you're quite weak. You don't care because they can't find you. But basically, it's the equivalent of when you put your ogre units into your first ogre camp to reduce the cost down by like up to like 90%. So you can claw in a lot more money per turn. Because you're going to be not doing a whole lot for a few turns, basically. Well, for more than a few turns. Now I need that one to come into Needling. Needling needs is that one, yes. Oh, because we need those, well, I want those, aren't we? Shit. I actually don't even need that at all, really. I need that for the Mutilate Vortex piece, don't I? Here I do. But we can spread them out. We've got that one there for the hero. If I build this one and this one in Workbad, and then I can build the other one in Needling. And then I've got them all in one province. Just the ones that you need to make sure you've always got is like your bread and butter. You want that one for your income, and you want this one for your cult supplies and grimoires. They're things that you need to have. The spreading building, obviously, it's got limited viability anyway, because once you've spread it to all the adjacent provinces around that particular settlement, you've got no further use for the building. So then you can destroy it and build something else there anyway. So you see now, that's been destroyed by these beastmen. I no longer have my invisibility sign. If I move just over the border, my invisibility sign is back. So I'm now hidden again. But if I'm in there while that's a ruin, they can see me. So you need to be careful of enemies that do a lot of raising. Because they aren't your friend, really. So enemies that go around raising could make things tricky for your armies to stay hidden, especially if your army's either got few units in it like mine, or if it's injured. Yeah, we don't care about any of that shit at the moment, we're fine. I want that one on there. Oh, weird. It shows it destroyed, that's well bizarre. Must be another bug. See, this is one you could potentially build in its place. Because then you'll get increased relations with Warriors of Chaos, Beastbed, Norsca, and all Tzeentch factions. So that could be something worth having when you've not got anything else you really need to build. That is another option there. It does increase your discoverability slightly, but your negative should be huge. But I like the level of control you have with this guy, where you can play your game at your own pace, you can play it in any difficulty. Obviously, you know, if you're new to the game, probably start it in one of the lower difficulties. But this can also be used as a faction to try if you want to go up a difficulty. You might want to go up a difficulty and see how you can handle it. Obviously, for your very veteran players like myself, like anyone who's playing consistently in very hard or legendary, you're not going to get much from playing this guy. But what the veteran players out there have got to bear in mind, and I'm speaking as one of them, it's not all about you. It is a good idea every now and then that they introduce a faction or a legendary lord that can be played by newer players. It shouldn't all be for veteran players, because pretty much every faction out there can be a veteran player faction, and some of them or some of the starts are extremely challenging. And if a new player played those for one of the first ones, it'd probably cause them to quit playing the game, because they'd probably even struggle with that in some lower difficulties. So I think it's nice that they have this as an option as a change. Oh, that was a parasitic one, that's why. I'd be okay with that one though, that one's not bad. Can't do anything yet, we need to get more supplies. In fact, actually, can we upgrade? No. No, we can't. We've got these things, haven't we? What have we got? You see, it says destroy the fecundities. I'd rather have them as allies. A ravaging host. Tier 5 loot building. That. Okay. Yeah, it's a different type of game with the Trickster. It's a very interesting mechanic, and it's weird. He's like the puppet master. It can just go around, like, you know, putting his trickster cults, pulling people's strings, inciting wars. You don't get like penalties for trespassing and shit. It's really good. We've got Warfric. Yes. So I want to put one in this in experience, but then I'm going to go into this because that one's gives some melee attack and melee defense. We don't really need that one so much, but I don't know if you need them all. You only need 2, so I can take that one. So I can then access their battle abilities when using Formless Horror. Post-battle chance to a magic item 100%. Campaign movement range plus 20% after winning a battle. So kind of like a corn thing added in there. More armour, more speed while transformed, and charge bonus. Physical resistance increase while transformed. Spell intensity. So if you're casting spells, you'll get some more damage out of them. Cooldown minus 50% to Formless Horror. I'm guessing if you want to do multiple forms, maybe in the battle or something. Access to some form of spells when using Formless Horror, so that's more for the spells rather than the abilities. And then obviously you get your Vanguard. But that's good.
My tricks don't have to result in terrible wars, but it's much more fun when they do.
So we got someone decent. I just wanted a decent melee fighter, because if I was going to go down that tree and it'd be a spellcaster, it's basically the same as playing him. It'd be no different. Right. What I want to do first is we want to get our basically our grimoires up and running. You've got money, but you need your cult supplies. Well, your grimoires actually are fine, but you need your cult supplies. So you need that building, maxing out this one. Because you only get 6 per one, so I can gain like 18 a turn from those ones that are there. That unlocks those for you. Got Storm, Fire, Bolt of Change. You don't really need these. This is for the building where you get the loads of change. And I think these are... yeah, for load of change units. So if you're not going to have loads of change, which I'm not, you don't need those 4 researchers. They're just useless. Unless you want loads of change in your army, obviously. You've got a slight buff there for... what is a Chaos and a Chaos 9? It's 10 armour. It's not very much, to be completely honest. It's a bit naff. Plus 2 recruit racks for your Doom Knights. Then you get 40% spell resistance. If you spawn as each month of Beath and you're Forsaken. Spell resistance? That's normally like a corn thing. See, with these, I don't know what these are. So I've got to find out what those mean. I know what these do, because I got one, and then I did this one, which is what I'll probably do again this time. I summoned a Trickster in Oath one, and then I just went and put a Trickster cult straight under Lothern, and then I just spread it all around Lothern. Because I don't plan on attacking Lothern. It's miles away. But that depends on how the rifts work. If the rifts are like a Balakor portal where I can teleport, then I can go and attack other areas of the world quite seamlessly. That's not a problem. I'm happy to do that. But with the Changeling, yeah, I want to make him like a beast army with some Chaos Warriors to begin with because of cost, and then upgrade him to Chosen later on. And then I'm going to have a mix of basically monsters. Chaos Spawn, Cockatrices, Mutilate Vortex Beasts. That'll be his army. Temple for Destroyed, no surprise there. Fucking hell, just got verticals up high on that one, didn't it? Jesus. But what I am going to do is I'm going to showcase both parasitic and symbiotic in this campaign, because one of the theatres not that one of these is this one. Raise Tzeentch corruption to 75 in Castle Drakenhof. That is easier to do. Open a Trickster in Sylvania. But that is easier to do if I use the parasitic cults, because the parasitic cults will spread more corruption in the majority of cases. So like, that's 12 Tzeentch corruption there, that's 3, that's 3, that's another 2. So obviously you've got to level it out, you can't just go full moron. So like building that one would be a big one, because it gives you 12. So you'll need to build some symbiotic to lower it down a bit, but then you can obviously build then another building. But it's basically just to get the Tzeentch corruption up. I've got to try and override theirs though. Oh, actually I've just realised, because I'm technically a Tzeentch faction. So by being below that, I've lost 5% cost of punishment, 10% physical resistance, and 5 leadership. As stupid as that is, because I think now he's at 10, he should be at 20. Yep. Wins on magic power is 15 or greater. He gets a 10% ward save and stalk. So he gets stalk off the bat anyway. But what you really want with somebody like the Changeling, you want him to get a decent melee combat form. Wolfric's not bad, but Wolfric's like he's a duelish type one, so he's better at killing characters and maybe some single entities. But you don't get their mounts. It's like you don't get Wolfric on his mammoth. So you want someone who's good by themselves. So good options are people like Scarbrand, Kugath Plaguefather because he's a Mortis engine, Morgor Shadowgave for the same reason, he's a Mortis engine. Gorok, because Gorok's not got a mount and he's got incredibly stupid stats.
I refuse.
All those buildings, get them cut supplies up.
Remember when I locked Korn out of his throne?
He got destroyed fast. Get on. And see, this is the perfect depiction of like a master a master manipulator. See, a lot of them declare war on you. They can't even find you, so it's like they can all declare war on you. You can literally control the game so well, because once you've got your army, like if I attack Krugenheim, I just put a trickster cult under there. I'm then invisible in that area, as long as that's not raised by someone. You can just go and place them. It's so awesome. So much control. And this is what somebody like him would have, or somebody who could control cults. All they need now is a good guy version of that, where the armies would be hidden and you've got control. So as I said, a perfect one would be Joseph Bugman. Joseph Bugman could go and put mining undercities, like with in the lore, some of the secret dwarf areas have runed walls. So they've got dwarven runes on the walls, and it hides them from anyone from the outside. All they might see is like a cave wall face. And so basically, there could be like a legendary hero alongside Joseph Bugman, who's a master runesmith, who basically who puts up these runed walls on these towns and under all the cities and towns you go to, so people can't find them. And then obviously you'll have a mix of buildings. Some of the buildings will increase discoverability, some will decrease it. And then you'll have access to all the same troops that dwarves have access to. They might even include a few new ones. Actually, I probably should get that, yeah. Because then we can get his spellcaster. Because I don't plan on him being a spellcaster. And also, if I unlock Akiold Hellbrass, I don't want him in the Changeling's army. I'm going to put him in the second army. So they've got a hero with a bit of oomph. Because he's going to be the fighter in this army. I'm going to test out the formless horror thing and see how well this actually can do, how strong he actually can be. Obviously, he's only got the one item, which is more for casting spells than anything else. But obviously, his Winds of Magic gives him a 10% ward save there. And he is classed as a demon, so if his leadership breaks, he's buggered. So I need to get him some other nasty magical items. So I'll probably want to look at things like, obviously you want your Talisman of Preservation, you probably want Trickster's Helm or Armour of Destiny, and then you want something like Obsidian Blade or something like that. You want something else nasty. But then again, if he can, I'm not sure if he can, because again I've not gone that far into it, this is my first playthrough of his thing. If I can get something like this, these are also going to be strong weapons. I'm assuming there's one of these in most things. Spiky monster pod. Ooh, Sword of Cain. Sword of Cain on him could actually be quite nasty. Because he won't give a shit. He's not going to see rebellions at his settlements. He ain't got any. That one's not that good. Ooh. Von Carstein Blade. Holy God. That one's actually good. It does give some vampiric corruption, but melee attack, frenzy regeneration. So he can regen. That's something that'd be pretty nice on him. That won't be bad. We don't want pussy range units in this army. 3 Doom Rockets would be quite nasty as well, fucking hell. It can get the chainsword. Never mind. Problem solved. I need to get him a nice item. We go chainsword. The Exile plus... What? Oh, and that's if you beat Scarbrand. Or allying with his faction. So if I defeat Scarbrand, well, one, I'd have Scarbrand's form, which, as I said, is one of the better forms to have. Obviously, you can't have Scarbrand's purple axes, but these are actually better than Scarbrand's axes. So, 20 melee attack, magical attacks, armor pierce weapon damage plus 250. Unbreakable, so he's not going to have to worry about decaying in the middle of battle, which is a really important thing. That's insanely good for a demon. And then the chainsword, which infect intensity increase with each kill made by the unit, base weapon damage up to 300%, and armor weapon damage up to 300%. But the unbreakable is also a very nice touch. Anything that can make a demonic lord or hero permanently unbreakable means you aren't going to worry about him decaying, because then he can't break, he has to be killed. And you want to try and kill this guy while he's got 600 barrier on top. Scarbrand be a 600 barrier. I might have to go and visit Scarbrand. I might. That one is definitely worth getting. And that would dial him up to literally 10. That would make him the perfect he's going to be for combat. Obviously, there's also not just where you can play him as a caster or the one who switches into forms, though I think the form part's cooler because it's unique to him. Spellcaster, you can do that with Kairos. And Kairos is probably better at it. You've obviously got the parasitic and the symbiotic for your buildings as an option. But then the other thing is you can go aggressive from the start with your army if you decide to keep your army and go around putting more cults. Or you can take it slow paced like this. This is how I'm going to do it for this campaign. I'm going to take it slow paced, and I'm going to use the Changeling thing. I don't really want to be using his magic. I want to get him into combat and make him a combat badass. Because the fact of having a Tzeentch, who's normally a bit of a pussy and flies around casting spells, think of him like a mage out of World of Warcraft. They just kite away all day long casting spells like a fanny. Well, he's going to do the opposite. He's going to transform into someone who's badass in combat, and he's going to go up and fucking wallop someone in the face. Basically, what Akeld Hellbrast does. Akeld Hellbrast is also a bit uncharacteristic of a Tzeentch character, because although he's a lord in the lore, not a hero, he's a badass in combat. He prefers to go and kill someone with his sword and not fuck around casting spells. What I will do is, though, I'm going to leave this part here. I hope you guys have enjoyed part 1. Part 2 will be coming not long from now. And again, if you're new around here, please drop me a sub. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can apply for the YouTube Partner Program. If you could help me get there, I'd really appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next part.